Stop letting your pastor tell you who to marry or influence your choice around marriage on who you should marry or the type of person you should marry. Because you might ask me, why would I write a song called Just Love Me a Little? It was basically about my marriage just being a complete sham, like it completely just broke down. Like it was a recipe for disaster. And that's what this series is about. If you check my video here, I literally spoke about the type of relationship I was in. And just seeing from the comments, it just let me know that I should definitely increase more awareness on this topic, because I feel like a lot of women are very emotional when it comes to the topic of marriage. Right, the weather is absolutely crazy. Realizing quite a bit in the entire situation. I do hold myself accountable. I'm not perfect. I've made many mistakes. And I don't think anybody in this situation was out to get me. They weren't vindictive. Everyone thought they were doing the right thing, and it's just out of ignorance, which is why I can't really name and shame anybody. Growing up in the church, I grew up in the church. My parents are pastors. So when I was in university, my dad advised me to find a church in Luton where I was studying, and this was the church that I ended up being a part of. My spiritual life grew. I was praying, like I was so like, me and God were like this, like my relationship with God was good. And I was just so thankful, for the church. Like I really, the sermons were always on point. I remember listening to one of the first sermons and I was just bawling. I was just in tears. When you get that first conviction, like we need to be serious. I had already rededicated my life to Christ already, because I was part of Promise Destiny Choir. And there was one rehearsal that we had, and like the presence of God just came down, and it's like, wow. I was in like a situationship at the time, and I decided to like really focus on my relationship with God and like really like commit, to the ways of God, and really focus on Him. And then my whole thing was just like, God, I want you to be first in my life, and I don't want to mess around. I really want to just be Christ-like and really like because I was a virgin at the time, so I believe in and trust in God to save myself till marriage. So that was the plan. And after that whole experience of like rededicating my life to Christ and stuff like that, that's when one of the girls from the choir, she invited me to this church, because we were already working together as well. I had started my poetry performance society, and she was part of the society as well, and she was like, oh, come to my church kind of thing. And I would go like a few times, and then there was just one sermon that just got me convicted, and I was just bawling. Like the entire service I was just crying, and I was just like, okay, I think this is my church. So I kept going to the church. Everything was good. And then I graduated from university, and that's when things started to change. So I will go more into the story in the next video.